Good evening, Bruin fans. My name is Chris Barman, and I am a huge UCLA football fan and basketball fan. I have been dreaming to go to school at UCLA since I was a baby boy. UCLA is my team. It's my passion. I live and breathe UCLA. I love football. I love their football team. I'm a I'm what you call a UCLA fanatic football fan and basketball fan. Today my Bruins faced Houston in the season opener. And unfortunately, we came away with the loss. I I I picked UCLA to win today. I was keeping my fingers crossed we would come away with the win today, but Houston was tough and they were strong, and I just did not expect Houston to come out and throw the ball down our throats. Case Keenum is healthy and back after he dislocated his knee at UCLA at the Rose Bowl last year. And wow, did he look sharp today. He threw over 300 yards today, and Houston was looked sharp in their passing game. And we just had no answer for Case Keenum all game long. He just threw down our throats. It was ridiculous. The final score today was 38-34 Houston. And man, I am so frustrated. It's so hard to this date I've been looking forward to since we lost to USC last year at the Rose Bowl, our last game of the year. I mean, this September or Labor Day weekend, college football kickoff weekend, whenever it is basically my Christmas. It's like my birthday. It's all my favorite holidays combined. All I do is sit down on the couch and watch football all day long, and I I've almost died on a couple of these weekends because I almost have heart attacks watching the UCLA games. And today surprisingly, I did not have one of those heart attacks because I found that our team I found some positives in the game today. We anyways, the positives were that Richard Breho, a huge surprise in my mind. He came out today after Prince got hurt. Prince got hurt early in the first half, and Breho stepped in the game. I was like, it's not a surprise that Kevin Prince got hurt today because it happens every year. He got a concussion early in the game and he was out. So Breho steps in. God, Breho struggled last year all season long, but he had a total of 350 total yards today, 280 passing and about 70 rushing yards. He looked sharp, and I was very impressed with his decision making. He stepped into the pocket well. He rushed. He made smart decisions within the pistol offense. He got some huge first downs with us. Sustained some long drives with our offense, and I was just very impressed with how Breho ran the offense today. I'm very excited about him, and I really think it's going to help his confidence going in for the rest of the season. Having such a great start in his opener today versus Houston. Another huge surprise. Have I ever heard of a guy named Joseph Foria? I've never even heard of him. Oh my God, this guy was lights out. He had 6 receptions for over 100 yards, and he had a touchdown. On top of that. Man, he's 6'8". He's a huge target. I love the guy. He's a transfer from Notre Dame. Very impressed with him. He was huge in the game today, keeping us keeping us moving on offense, and I was very excited to see that we have a tight end since Mercedes Lewis. Um, another very up, another very positive to today's game was Jonathan Franklin. He rushed. He good to see him back. He rushed for 118 yards. I would like to see at least 150 yards, but we knew Houston was gonna Houston game plan for our rushing attack because last year at the Rose Bowl we ran it down their throats. They have improved their rush defense incredibly, but I was still impressed. Jonathan Franklin scored our first touchdown to make the game cut the lead 10-7 at the very beginning of the game. Um, I was also very excited about Taylor Embry and Nelson Rosario. Both of them each had big games today. Nelson Rosario had 5 receptions, and Taylor Embry had like 5 receptions, and Nelson had 3. Nelson Rosario had, I would assume it's going to be the top play on SportsCenter tonight. It was a ridiculous catch, keeping onto the ball at the start of the second half when he caught the ball against the Houston defenders' shoulder pads. Very excited to see those 2 receivers have big games. We need them if we're going to go big this year, or those 3 receivers, in fact. On the downside today, man, did our secondary struggle or what? Sheldon Price had a big game. He's turned into one of the top cornerbacks in the nation. He had a good game. He shut down, I forget his name, but one of Houston's top receivers. He played well. There was one bullshit penalty called against him, which was whatever, but Sheldon Price had a solid game. Aaron Hester, God, I don't know about this guy. He's so aggressive. He struggled in the pass defense, but he's very good when it comes to rushing the quarterback and making a big play. But Tony Dye didn't play too well. I don't know. Keenum just fit the ball into the seams. He was just lights out. I don't know if anyone's going to be able to stop that Case Keenum unless someone knocks his knee out again. But wow, our secondary struggled today. Our line, I noticed today that when we got pressure on Keenum, he suffered. There was one series where they went -4 yards and they had to punt the ball. But we pressured the quarterback. We got to Keenum. We rushed him. But I don't get why Trezzy didn't put more pressure on Keenum throughout the entire game. We mixed up. I think if we got more pressure to Keenum, we could have been a lot more successful, forcing some turnovers and forcing Houston to punt the ball more. But we just could not stop them. That's one of the down parts about today. Another huge down part that I haven't mentioned yet is Kevin Prince. Oh my God. What do we expect? Of course he comes out of the game. Typical start to the season for Prince, a concussion. This happened at Tennessee. Happened last year versus Texas. Now he has a concussion. He's going to be out a couple weeks. Prince was just it's just, if you're a Bruin fan, you have to kind of expect that Prince is going to be hurt. It's not a surprise. Now we just can't get Richard Brio just has to stay healthy for now. Also a huge disappointment. Kip Smith, God damn it. I never thought I would say this, but we are missing Kai Forbath a lot more than we think. If we would have made that field goal, we would have cut the lead to 7, and it would have been a lot more. We would have had a lot more momentum, and we would not have had to waste the 3 timeouts that we wasted when we kicked the ball off to them, and we could have saved it and gone down and had a scoring winning drive. God, we need to get that figured out. I don't know if we should put Jeff Locke kicking our PATs or extra points, but God, that was disappointing. But I don't blame the extra point missed on him. That was poor blocking up front. But other than that, tough way to start the season versus Houston. But I'm very confident. We looked sharp offensively. We moved the ball. We had some great passing play. We looked very good passing and running the ball. A good combination of everything. We just need to put it together, and our defense needs to figure out. We need to get more pressure on quarterbacks and force more turnovers. But other than that, I'm very excited about the rest of the season. Next week we face San Jose State. We can get our confidence back up, and then hopefully after we romp on San Jose State, we have Texas coming into the Rose Bowl. Hopefully, I believe we can pull off an upset like we did last year in Austin. But this year it's at the Rose Bowl. Texas is going to be a lot better this year. I'm looking forward to that game. It's going to be exciting. It's a very upsetting way to start the season, but Bruin fans, keep faith. We're gonna be better. We're gonna shock college football. We're gonna come back strong, and we're gonna finish up. My prediction is we go 10-2. This might sound ridiculous to you, but it's my prediction. I'm gonna stick with it, and go Bruins.